Now it's live.
Now it's live. God
Now it's live.
damn it! God damn it, Kitty! My bad. Welcome to the second minicast for Bakarama. My name is Luke.
And I am Plaid Shirt Man, also known as Dan.
Today we will be taking you back into the good old days of the good old cop drama.
Yes, with two series that are surprisingly similar. Like
very similar.
In fact, it's like it's almost as if they were copying each other somehow. Like
mine is made by the same person who made Ghost of the Shell. So ha.
Yes, but mine was several of the pieces were directed by the guy who did the original Ghost in the Shell movie. So ha.
So they are the same.
Hey, they're the same. In the end, both series are Ghost in the Shell, actually. And of course, we have basically the secret is out. We're going to talk about Ghost in the Shell on every single podcast we ever do.
Pretty much until Ghost in the Shell suddenly makes us hate it, and then we'll bitch about it.
Well, let's not talk about the movie.
Oh, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm just saying they're going to release another series that's going to fucking kill it. It's like, fuck you.
They're going to be like, hey, you know what was a really good idea? This movie. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a live-action American series based on the movie. And Scarlett Johansson's going to be in every episode.
Done in the style of The Last Avatar.
Yes. So before people become confused, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Patlabor and Dominion Tank Police.
Dominion Tank Police, which also goes by, there's other iterations of it. One of them's like Tank Squad 01.
I haven't seen the Tank Squad 01. I know of Dominion Tank Police and New Dominion Tank Police.
Yeah.
One is much better than the other.
Yeah. I think New Dominion was all right. I don't.
They really try. Well, we'll talk about that when we get to. Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with Dominion, or do you want to start with Patlabor first?
Let's start with the fact with the shocking difference about or the shocking similarities of these series. Okay, both of them have a main female protagonist. Both of the protagonists have red hair. Both of them are tomboys. Both of them are in love with the machine that they pilot for the police force more than they are with anyone else. Both of them have a weird boy guy that kind of sort of follows them around and likes them a lot, but never really gets the attention that they deserve.
Will always be second to the machine.
Will always be second to the machine.
Does Patlabor's character name her labor?
Yes, she does. The labor's name out. They both name their labor. They both name their machines. Both of them are highly dysfunctional police forces that oftentimes do more damage.
You almost can't even call Dominion a police force. You really can't. They're packing marauding rangers with a fucking badge.
You know, and for Patlabor's in Patlabor's defense, they do sometimes do a good police job, but a lot of the times it comes at the expense of destroying
half the city,
or destroying valuable property like a labor that they were like, hey, take it alive, and they're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna shoot it.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's true. What else are shocking similarities? Both of them are kind of cyberpunky.
Yeah, they're very cyberpunk, very dystopian worlds.
I would say
Dominion's set in the world where crime happens every 35 seconds.
Yeah, Patlabor's a little more reserved about how the world is. I think it's like crazy shit happens and also that's a difference between them. Patlabor has a little bit of a fantasy element to it. Like
I can see that. Yep. Yeah.
What else is shockingly similar about these things? That's about it. Oh, I mean, both of the female protagonists, again, red hair, plucky, name their machines, more in love with their machines than they are with anyone else, and short.
That's always typical, though. They always pretty much draw most
And
female
short
characters
and
as
short hair as well.
Yes, yep, they've got that. Well, that's the very tomboy look that they
Y-
have. So.
Yeah, I think what's her face from Dominion has more of a mullet.
Literally just watched this the other day. Cannot fucking remember her name.
I'm kind of blanking on her name as well. For the other one, Izumi, Izumi something.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck. We are.
This
horrible.
really, we are horrible because we actually really like these series.
Yeah, no, like seriously, Dominion is like my favorite movie because Dominion is just hilarious. It is nonstop just jokes.
OVA or
I see it's a movie broken up into two OVAs per movie, but
I thought it was Dominion's weird because Dominion has like
it's only 4 OVAs, but it's 2 stories.
Yeah, and
2 open and shut stories as far as that go, and they bring back the terrorist organization Greenpeace.
They do that, don't they?
Yes.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. It's been a little while since I've seen Dominion, so
same for Pat Labor. So you're going to be doing the heavy lifting on that one, my friend.
Well, and also you've only seen the first
OVA series,
first OVA series, and that is something that Pat Labor has on Dominion. There is a lot of Pat Labor to watch. Like, Jesus, where do I begin? Okay, so the rundown. Well, first, I mean, Dominion is just Dominion Tank Police, New Dominion Tank Police, and Tank Squad 01, which is a newer series. And I think there was like one other thing that I'm trying to remember the name of. I think there's something else Dominion that was bad. That
probably. Like, so we'll not speak of it because I don't know it. So if it's worse than New Dominion Tank Police, then I don't really want to know it.
New Dominion Tank Police
New Dominion wasn't bad, but it was not of the same caliber as Dominion.
And the only reason that I'm saying this is because I went and looked at my anime list, and it was like, what did I give New Dominion? Oh, I gave New Dominion a 6, and I gave Original Dominion a 9. So that's a very stark difference. So I must have been very disappointed. Like, okay. For Pat Labor, on the other hand, there is the original OVA series, which is, I believe, 7 episodes.
Yep, 7 OVAs.
That is directed. That's
the one that we watched.
That is directed by Masahiro Oshii.
Watch it now on Hulu.
Watch it now on Hulu, which is ironically how I watched it. I think.
Same here.
Okay, and then there's the first movie, also directed by Oshii. There's the second movie, also directed by Oshii. There's a 47-something episode television series. There's another OVA series that's 16 episodes and is actually the last 4 episodes from the main story arc of the TV series, and then a bunch of other episodes of just like stuff
it's
that either
expanded universe for the TV series.
It's basically the rest of the TV series, with some. I guess some of the episodes are like in between stories, but it's really hard to tell. There's a lot of Pat Labor TV to watch, like, and it's pretty extensive. And so then there's Pat Labor WX something, which is it's another movie that takes place in between the first movie and the second movie. And by the way, the original OVA series and the 3 movies are a separate timeline from the television series. And then there's Mini Pato, which was like, I guess, kind of like the cardboard cutout, like talking things at each other, whatever. Some kind of OVA series that went in front of something else, and then there was a live action movie or a live action television series, and then a live action movie to top off the television series.
I always want to see that, just because I know it's not going to be good.
It's not available over here.
Darn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I was just like, oh damn.
I just kind of want to see that.
Um,
Not that live action adaptations are good by any means, but
who knows? It could be good. Oshii directed it, if I'm not mistaken. He directed the TV series and the movie.
about the only live action that I am aware that is actually good is the Rurouni Kenshin series, which I have heard has gotten rave reviews as far as live action goes.
Did that already come out?
It's been out for a long time. It's at Funimation is actually debuting the American release this year for it.
Because I saw something on
I
saw something on Facebook about it.
It's been out for a while. It just was never brought over here, but now Funimation is actually bringing it over as a review, or not review, but as a release.
Cool, awesome. But yeah. Oh, also, because we never seem to talk about manga, and I have a feeling there will be some amongst our potential viewers who will get angry at us for not talking about manga. Both Patlabor and Dominion started as manga. There is, I think there's like 2 series of the manga for Dominion that were good, and then there was like another one that he did kind of around the time that he was like working on Ghost in the Shell, and he he made a lot of changes to it, like apparently, and he even said himself it's like don't, this is like a separate canon or something like that, because it's like Newport City wasn't even like toxically polluted anymore. Like it was like that kind of weird stuff.
Yeah. I just want to clarify for anyone listening, the reason why we don't do manga isn't because we don't like it. I actually read a lot of it. I know Cameron reads some of it, and I'm sure you read some as well. The problem is it's a lot easier for us to go and watch a show and just burn through that. Mm-hmm. As a 12-episode series or a 24-episode series, we can knock through that pretty easily. But to get us all on the same page, reading one specific manga is really hard to do.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I don't honestly read as much of anything, let alone manga. And manga can be kind of like that's a lot. Like, you know, like fucking, if we were to try to read the manga for Berserk, like it would have
good luck.
Been,
you'll never get there.
It's still
isn't it? Yep, they're still on that fucking boat.
It's still, oh Jesus. And like, I mean, what have I read manga wise? I've read Akira and I've read Love Hina like a long time ago.
The days of standing in Barnes and Nobles after eating dinner and just reading Love Hina.
The days of like, I was literally at your guys' house when you were like, hey, here's this thing called Love Hina. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I think I've heard of it.
That is
No.
It's probably like the worst, trashiest harem manga bullshit to read.
Love Hina was great though, because it was like the trashy harem shit to read, and that was
for us. That was the original harem for us. That's what started the harem.
That was it, and that's honestly the only harem I ever wanna be involved with, because like it's like everything after Love Hina is just kind of like, okay, it's just Love Hina. Like it's kind of boring now. Like we get it. Like, oh no, you fell on her boobs. That was
again.
That was Kitaro's thing. He did it a lot, and at least for Kitaro, like for the most part, he genuinely did not want to do that. Like, I mean,
that's the trope, though. That's the
yeah.
That's everyone. Like every character does that, where it's this was totally an accident. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
And that was really fucking funny back in the day.
It technically is in some shows. If they do it well, it's still great. You
really have to try. Like it has to be kind of genuine, because it gets really old. Like
it's definitely overused in a lot of ways.
That is something that I have noticed about Pat Labor that is very different from Dominion. Is Pat Labor doesn't really do the whole like it doesn't really do the fan service thing, and it doesn't really sexualize any of its female characters a whole lot. Like,
with the exception of Annie and Uni Puma, like there's really no like over sexualization of any characters. They really just they have backstory for that.
They have sex stuff in Dominion, like the penises, like
the tank traps are the best part of that fucking thing.
The tank traps that are literally fucking dongs, and it's just
giant
like,
dicks.
It's like, this is great.
Can you imagine a show nowadays trying to pull that off?
Yes, but it wouldn't be the same. We need to actually look. Okay, let's do something really quick and look up the names of these fucking characters. So,
like I said, I can remember like the ones that don't matter, like Annie and Uni Puma and Captain Britain. But
yeah, I mean, that's easy. But like, I actually looked up like everyone's name because there's a lot of characters in Pat Labor. Like,
oh yeah,
I definitely remember. I definitely remember the chief's name, Goto.
Leona Ozaki. That's right.
Yeah, and Pat Labor is Noah Izumi. Yeah, it is Izumi. And yeah, Captain Kaiichi Goto and Asuma Shinohara and a whole bunch of other fucking people. And Ota. I remember Ota because it's like they're definitely screaming at Ota a lot. So in Pat Labor, there's a character who his whole deal is his whole shtick is that he pulls out a gun for every situation. Like he's kind of into his guns. And like it's a situation that absolutely does not call for a firearm, and he pulls out the gun and shoots it, and usually causes more damage than was intended. In Dominion, they literally just have no regard for public property. They're like, nope. the tanks literally tear up the fucking road as they go.
Special one, the commander's special unit.
Yeah.
Leaving ruts everywhere.
They're leaving ruts, and they're just like blowing everything up. Like it
does not matter.
No fucks are given. At least in
my favorite part is the second arc of the third OVA, where they get the call to go sit outside the art museum that's being attacked, or the auction house that's being attacked, and it's basically a raiding party. They just can't wait to go in there and fuck shit up. The barrels of the tanks. Captain Britain's eating Chinese food out of a fucking takeaway container. He's like, I'll give you 5 minutes. Wait, nope. Looks at his food, 7 minutes. You're not back in 7 minutes. We'll come in there after you.
Fucking forgot about that.
There's just dudes hanging off the fucking barrels.
Yeah, like okay, so like Dominion's way more over the top than Pat Labor. Like Dominion's just like it's
the way they get confessions out of criminals.
Yeah, it's like hey, there was that one time that we like stapled him up to like a rotating board and threw knives at him until he talked, and then shoved a grenade in his mouth. It's like, yeah, it's all fucking fun and games. Like it's like police brutality is funny in Dominion. And
it's pretty great.
It is great. Pat Labor's a lot more. It's a lot more down to earth, but it's definitely like very lighthearted. It's a little slower paced and a little more about kind of getting into these like interesting characters. It almost kind of has a slice of life element to it, to be honest with you, and especially with the TV series.
Yeah, especially with the first 7 OVAs, I felt it was much too much slice of life and less about the cop drama story of it. This is slice of life, and they just happen to be cops who pilot giant fucking robots.
Yeah.
For those who haven't seen Pat Labor, it's a police force made up of giant fucking mechs.
So, the story behind Pat Labor's universe is that they're called Labors, and instead, that's one of the interesting things about the series because it's a mecha, but like the mecha aren't strictly for like warfare. Like they're like originally made to like build stuff and like create infrastructure really quickly. The problem with this is that they're giant fucking mechs and there's crime involved with giant fucking mechs. And so what do you need to
You need a mech to fight a mech.
You need a mech to fight a mech, and hence the patrol labors or pat labors. So there's a little bit like they have military. In fact, I have a model of the Helldiver, which is like one of the military pat labors, and it's a really really cool fucking thing, but it's like kind of it's almost like they're definitely developing military labors in
Oh
in
yeah,
all
you
of
have
the
to
series.
in any type of thing like that.
But they're not really like it's not like Gundam. It's not like they're running around like literally just fighting with labors. It's kind of like, it's most of the money's being made off of stuff that are just like construction labors or
Yeah.
like deep sea diving construction labors.
Yeah, most of them are not like combat labors. They're just construction equipment that was stolen. It's like, I need something that can pack a whack and fucking pick up this truck. So
Or help, my labor is out of control and what am I to do? And meanwhile it's destroying the city. It's like, who's gonna stop it? Oh, it's Special Vehicles Unit 2. Hooray! Like,
oh, but you can't shoot it because that would be bad.
Nope. Except we're gonna shoot it anyway. Hooray! Like,
and then we have to go to a training camp that's haunted.
There was the haunted training camp. I completely there's yeah.
What's my slice of life vacation trope doing in my pat labor?
It's not. I'm not even joking. That's literally. Yeah. It's weird because it's like some of my favorite shit is like really slice of lifey, but I hate slice of life. Like,
I love slice of life shows if it's done well. Like if you give me characters I can actually get behind and like, and a story arc that's fun, I'm all down for slice of life. But if you just give me something that's boring that goes nowhere, I'll fucking hate you.
If you give me a little moment to shit on fucking Occult Academy again, I'm gonna shit on Occult Academy again. That was one of the things where it's like the slice of life thing was like, it's like I felt myself getting into it a little bit, and then I realized, oh wait, there was actually interesting things about this series that I was kind of wanting to find out, and I don't get to find out anything about it for like.
I had a very similar feeling about a slice of life show called Glass Slip. Like it was extremely well animated, like the characters were all drawn well, and it was fairly interesting. Nothing went anywhere. It ended after 13 episodes. I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? I mean, it was fucking beautiful, but god damn, it made no fucking sense.
Yeah, it's
like no resolution. Like they leave you at a cliffhanger. Like the main character is a female, and like the dude he's interested might be leaving, but he might not. In the last episode, like he's supposed to be moving away, but it shows her look up at the school gate right before it ends, and it just blanks out at the end of the show. I'm like, the fuck.
Oh, did it really?
Did it really? Like you never know if he came back or not. It's like you what? Why?
Oh, that sucks.
But it made it look like she like turned around and reacted to something. Like oh, he's here, and it's like it just
just nothing. So basically, it's like the end of that one movie, Inception, where it's like you don't know if he's really dreaming or not, or if he really,
Yeah, except for the fact that was the point of Inception.
That was the point of this Inception, where
this was not the point of this show. Like I don't understand what the point of this show was, because they introduced like special things into it, like she could like see like parallel like universes of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But not really like, anything major, like nothing to affect everything. Just like, oh, look, this is a room that I saw back in like December, and I'm reliving that period of time in this room. And then all of a sudden, you're here, dude. I can't remember the name of because you're that unimportant to me. And it's just fucking stupid. Mystical transfer student comes in, steals heart of main character, leaves at end of show. typical slice of life bullshit. It's like, why?
At
Oh, and
least-
of course, childhood friend totally digs chick, wants to be with chick, but chick is totally interested in the new guy.
Oh,
So,
see,
like,
that's
all the tropes. All the tropes.
That's just so boring.
Yeah,
Like,
but the problem was it was fucking gorgeous. Someone put a lot of money into that budget.
listen, Flight of the Pallades or Wish Upon the Pallades or whatever it is.
That is the perfect example of a polished turd.
Listen, actually, I have heard, and I'm glad that we've gotten to this point. I have heard that it actually gets really good later on. Like,
I don't know. I've made it at least halfway through that show, and it's not great.
It's apparently like well into the series. Like, there's like, I think it's almost like 3/4 of the way, and then all of a sudden, apparently, it goes just like.
I've been meaning to finish it. I probably will. One thing I will say, Gynex and Subaru. Yes, that's right. Subaru, the car company, poured a fuck ton of money into that animation budget because that show is probably one of the best animated shows of that year.
Yeah, but
it is a fucking gorgeous magical.
The main character's name is Subaru,
and the drive shafts they fly make car noises.
Yeah, you've described this several times to me, and it's just kind of like. I almost want to waste my time and watch a little bit of it just to kind of like
watch it. It's gorgeous. Like I'm not even mad. Just watch it. It's great.
I probably
the MacGuffin behind it is stupid as hell, but
it's anime. Come on, dude. Like it's like we love anime for when it surprises us and does things really interesting. But then sometimes, like, there's a good percentage of anime that it's just like you really just kind of have to twist your head into like a weird like circle of like, how does this work? Okay, fine, like, whatever, and just kind of see where it goes from there. And about half of the time, it doesn't go anywhere interesting at all, and it's just like my time has been wasted. And then the other half, it's like, oh, cool. And then, of course, I mean, this is all just really, like, bizarre generalizations, but, like, there's some, like, Death Parade was, like, really good because, like...
Yeah, I enjoyed Death Parade a lot. It's definitely not a super high-ranking show, in my opinion, but it did its job very well, and I enjoyed it.
I thought Death Parade was really, really good. Like, it's not my favorite series in the entire fucking world, but it's definitely really, really, really good. Like, and it started interesting, and it kept going interesting places, and it ended good. Like, I was a little...
I want to preface this with, from the first episode, from the opening anyway, it gave me the impression that it was going to be a slice of life of what it's like to be an arbiter running the bar. And like, this was like all after work stuff. Like they all come out and hang at Decim's bar, and drink and party and have fun. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'll watch that. Was not that at all.
No, it is absolutely not.
Not bad. Very good. It was actually a very, very good show. I really enjoyed watching it that season. But was not what I was expecting after that killer opening, because that opening is great.
That is one of those openings that like I will sometimes just rewind just to watch it again.
Yep. Like, it's a great opening, great show. Was not what I was expecting after watching that opening.
Speak of the devil, Patlabor, both the OVA and the original OVA and most of the television series, I really, really like the openings too. Like
they probably don't hold. I don't remember what the openings for Patlabor were, but they do not hold a candle to the Tank Police opening song. That thing is the most repetitive, catchy embodiment of the 80s you will ever find.
I forgot what it was like.
Tank Police, feel the power that we got. Tank Police,
really?
We'll give you our best shot.
Did you watch it
repetitively? No, that's just the opening in Japanese. It's great.
I forgot. I must have. I don't know why I would have forgotten that. Like,
it is the embodiment of the 80s.
That
techno beat and the most repetitive song ever.
That's the other thing that was not as good about New Dominion. The opening was just
the opening was a lot more like metal and like rock.
It was like, and it's just kind of, It's just kind of like, this is supposed to be funny. Like, why is this not funny?
I was
Like,
also really disappointed that between Dominion and New Dominion, there was a really big drop in the animation. It was just not as good as Dominion was.
yeah.
Dominion was originally done by a studio called Agent 21, and then New Dominion was picked up by JC Staff, which JC Staff does some really good work. Unfortunately, this is not their best.
Headgear does pretty much everything of Pat Labor, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if they're still a studio or not, but
Headgear, no, I don't believe they are anymore.
Yeah,
they're definitely not one that I've heard of anytime recently.
I don't really.
Animation studios come and go pretty regularly, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I guess their staff kind of like move around and like, go to other studios and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, there's recently like Manglobe that did Gangster and other shows like that just collapsed in the last year or so, went bankrupt, and a lot of their guys are working for a new studio now, doing a lot of the old Manglobe properties that were unable to be finished. So
really,
yep, I can't remember the new name of the new studio that's doing it, but I know they've got some of the people from originally that were Manglobe that were working on their projects.
Cool. I loved Samurai Champloo. That was Manglobe or Manglobe, and I like Samurai Flamenco too. Like,
I never saw Flamenco. Champloo was great. I really enjoyed it.
Flamenco
took me forever to finish it though.
I want Cameron to watch Flamenco because I think Cameron would probably get a kick out of it, or he might hate it. Like, Flamenco's very different. Like, it's like a lot of people did not like it because it does this thing where and this is a little tiny bit of a spoiler, Flamenco goes along this certain path for a little while, and then it kind of takes this 180 or this like 90-degree angle and goes this way, and then a third time it kind of does like a complete dive and goes a little bit like this. And the thing that's really interesting about it is that you're never really sure like exactly what's going on, like, and it just kind of keeps going with this whole. But there's a lot to play off of from that, and there's a lot to read into it. Some people, I have a feeling like if you watched it, you might just kind of lose your shit because it's like, where was this thing over here, and like, why did it go like this? Like, it's literally like, it's like one episode, just in the middle of the episode, the whole fucking series changes, like, and it's a completely different thing.
Isn't that the Become Your Own Superhero type show or something like that? They're like vigilantes or whatever. Or
that's basically
different show.
That's what Samurai Flamenco is. And I can't really say much more about it because it will spoil the fuck out of it. But like, it's if anything, just give it a try. Just and once it hits that point where it goes like that, see if you're still interested or not. Like, I might assign it as homework someday, but
once we finish burning through your current one,
yeah,
we work our way back around.
Look, I fucking finished it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're good on that. For once, you guys actually finished your fucking homework. I'm the one lagging behind.
I finished my. I don't think Cameron's finished it yet.
No, he probably hasn't.
No, I know he hasn't because he fucking went to Hong Kong. Like, I guess that's kind of spoiling a little bit of Cameron's life, but that. But anyway, yeah, no, he said he was going to try to finish it after he got back from Hong Kong, and who knows how long that's going to be. And
we still don't even know when he'll be available to cast again, so that's the problem. Like, there's no super rush for me to finish it, so it's like,
look,
I've got other stuff I want to watch.
Yeah, I know you do, but like, I would like it if you finished it so that like the day that, because you know what he's going to do. He's just going to be like, hey,
oh, I'm done. Yeah,
oh,
it's
I'm
like,
done. Like, when can we record? And you'll be like,
I'm still 10 episodes behind. Fuck you.
and like, and I did pick a 25, 26 episode series. So and I know that it's a little,
I'm like halfway through, I think.
okay. Well, that's better than like, I think you were like stuck at like episode 8 or something.
I'm like 9 or 10, I think. Is what it
Okay.
is.
That's okay. That's a little more promising.
It's something. It's something, dude. Give me a break.
Hey, man, look, it's all good. Like, we're slowly getting back into it. Like, you know, at least we're going a little bit of somewhere. At least we can talk about, we can do.
I
These
was
mini
5
casts.
episodes behind on Cabanari of the Iron Fortress, and that's a show that I'm really happy about. And I was 5 episodes behind on that, so give me a break.
Yeah, look, I haven't finished Kids Neighbors or Kid Neighbor or Kid.
Yeah, I still need to finish the last episode of that.
I think yeah, the last 2. You're probably at the same place that I am. Then, like, I have 11 and 12 to finish.
I think I might have watched 11.
Okay, that's okay.
So what do you think so far on Kiznagger?
As far as it's going, it got really heavy and really melodramatic very quickly, and obviously it was going to do that anyway, just by its own nature of what kind of show it's supposed to be. But you know, I like where it's. I'm interested to see where else it goes. Like, you know, not to spoil things for people who haven't seen it yet. Like, you know, and it is something I like. We can spoil the shit out of stuff like Dominion and Pat Labor because it's like
1980s shows. If you haven't seen them by now, well, sucks to be you.
I'm so hesitant to have that kind of. I know we're kind of being funny, but like, I'm hesitant to have that attitude because there's a lot of people who just don't watch old anime, and it's
definitely not. I understand that, but at the same point, it's like we're running a discussion show here. We got to talk about something.
We got to talk about something, but also, like, you know, it's we don't have to spoil the ending of it or something, because I think that if people like want to go and watch the series, it would be a really good.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. We definitely do it in a way
like,
that doesn't ruin the entire show, but.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
there's going to be some general spoilers in a way.
Spoiler alert: everyone dies in Pat Labor. Ha 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 ha!
That would have made that show like 100 times better.
You liked the OVA though, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Pat Labor. It was fun. The slice of life got a little boring for me at times, but you know, it was overall it was good. I kind of wish they had focused more on actual police work than more of the slice of life stuff.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the television series is it's kind of a mixed bag of nuts. Like, it'll do episodes that are almost entirely just about like, where does Izumi go when she's not at work? Like, and then sometimes it's like then there's episodes where it's like they're actually going out of their way to do something fun, and there's some weird thing that they have to solve. Like the fucking beach party episode. There is a beach party episode in Pat Labor, and they all go to the beach, and then they actually have to do their job. Like, and they're all bummed about
And
it.
I'm not duty. That's the difference between New Dominion and Dominion Tank Police. Is New Dominion was much more lighthearted. It's a mob. The inmates are running the asylum, whereas it's much more policey in New Dominion, like where they actually go and solve crimes and do things.
Yeah.
Whereas with Dominion, it's pretty much just like, here's a crime. Let's just see how bad these guys can fuck it up in the course of solving it.
Yeah, I think that might have been one of the things I really didn't like about New Dominion. It was like, well, where's the fun? Like,
yeah, Dominion is that ultra violent, but yet no one dies type of show where it's everyone's got a fucking machine gun or a fucking tank, and it's just like you can see the crews escape right before they blow up, but it's still funny as hell to watch them blow up.
To talk a little bit about the machines themselves, one of the reasons that actually the reason that I got into Pat Labor was because I found I watched the video for Juke Joint Jezebel by KMFDM, and actually it uses a lot of scenes from the Pat Labor movie in it, and I was like, ooh, that's a really cool looking robot. I want to watch that series, and so I did.
I'm not gonna lie, back before anime became so readily accessible, like how it is now with Crunchyroll and stuff like that, I would get all my anime recommendations through AMVs. I'd go watch a compilation AMV. I like that scene. I like that scene. I like that scene. I'm going to find out where they came from. I'm going to find out how I can watch them.
That's actually how I got into Madoka. Like, I was like, ooh, what's that one? That one looks interesting, and it's being used a lot. It's like, oh, that's Madoka. It's like, cool, I'm going to watch Madoka. And, oh, thank God that I watched Madoka. That's a fucking great series.
Yep.
Like,
I still laugh every time I see that Reddit post where it's like, someone hurt the kitty. That motherfucker should have stayed hurt. And it's the same person who does after watching saw that photo of Kyubey laying there all shot up. Like, oh, someone hurt the kitty. Like, you see back like 6 months later where they've actually watched the show. That motherfucker should have stayed hurt. Same poster. It's like, fuck that Kyubey.
Everyone fucking hates Kyubey.
Oh yeah.
I thought Kyubey was so damn interesting. Like, I based a LARP character and an entire race for a LARP that I used to be a part of on Kyubey, and the whole like spoiler, like, Kyubey is not a good character. Kyubey is not what
he's not a good character. He's not a bad character.
No.
He's there to ensure the survival.
That's the whole thing that's interesting about Kyubey. It offers these powers and these contracts, and it's like, then you find out, oh, there's a lot more to it, and it's like, why didn't you tell me about that, Kyubey? It's like, well, you didn't ask. Yeah. Like, you just kind of signed it.
If you ask me questions, I'll answer them, but I'm not going to volunteer the information.
It's like, how the fuck it's like, look, it's like, obviously there's a lot of crazy shit going on here. I mean, like, I'm giving you whatever you want. Like,
yeah, I'm giving you an unlimited wish.
Yeah, it's like, did you really think that was just going to come for free? Like, you know, you read the fucking contract is basically the,
yeah, but that's also the time. He's going after high school girls.
They're not. I don't even think they're high school. They're like middle school.
Yeah, they're middle school, I guess. Yeah,
they're middle.
I assumed they were high school because
everything in anime is high school girls.
Well, that and the fact that Blondie had her own house and all that.
Blondie did have her own house, didn't she?
And usually that's more of a high school. They might have made a combined school where they had a middle school and a high school, and they both went to the same school. Because they do that. Well, they'll have a middle school on campus.
Who has their own house in high school either? Like,
no, but it's more acceptable to be living alone in your parents' house while they're overseas in high school than it is in middle school. At least how it's portrayed in anime.
Okay,
in anime. It's not an uncommon trope to have the student who lives by himself. Whether it's in a school dorm or it's in the parents' house and the parents have moved to another land to pursue work or whatever, you know, in their home, but they leave them there for school. It's not an uncommon trope. It's pretty common.
You know, not to derail everything, but for Throwback Thursday, we've been talking a lot about
Yep. I was thinking about that. We definitely we keep coming back to Dominion.
We keep Dominion and Pat Labor. We do come back to them like we were supposed to. But what else do we like? What else old have we really watched recently? Like, I mean, I've been watching.
I can't really think of anything majorly for recently.
I've been watching Samurai Pizza Cats over the English version, the good one. Like, and I know that might anger someone. There's got to be someone out there who is like, the Japanese version of Samurai Pizza Cats is better than the English version. But
well, there's plenty of weebs who will not listen to reason and think anything from Japan is automatically better.
Okay, so most of the time, The Japanese version is better than the English
Yes,
version.
9 times out of 10, the sub is going to be better.
Yeah.
With the exceptions of Cowboy Bebop had a fucking amazing dub.
Shinichiro Watanabe has gone on record and admitted that the English version is better than the Japanese version. Like, and that's it. The English version fits really well. It's got a really good cast. It's got a really good backing sound.
They nailed the casting for that show.
They really did. Like that's one of the things that makes it so fucking great is just how well cast and how good the music is. Like everything kind of comes together with Cowboy Bebop. But anyway, to get back to Samurai Pizza Cats, Samurai, if for whatever reason you don't know, the English version of Samurai Pizza Cats came out around the time that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did. And so there was a lot of shows in America that were kind of jumping on the bandwagon of like radical animals like doing justice in town. And there was the show that was it was called something in Japanese that I don't remember, but it was basically like it's their ninja cats or something like that, and whatever. And they were like, well, we can't really do ninja cats because Ninja Turtles, but we're gonna do Samurai Pizza Cats because they do actually work in a pizza restaurant. And from what I've read on Wikipedia, which is lame, but from what I've read on Wikipedia, it was either that the translation wasn't really good at that point, or that it just didn't exist. So they rewrote everything for that show and made it really fucking funny. Like it has no respect for the fourth wall. It makes pop culture references all the time. It's just like it's just off the wall and really, really, really funny. And it's one of those shows kind of like Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy, where a lot of the jokes just kind of fly over kids' heads. Like like within the first episode, not only is the mention of your pussy's fan, you fucking put you fantastic pussy you, but or something to that extent. It's like they're arguing over being environmentalists at one point, and the sheep girl who has rockets in her head says stop arguing politics and like fires all the rockets at them. it's really it's a blast. And it's like I watched an episode of the original series of the Japanese version, both of which are available on Crunchyroll, and
night and day, 2 completely different shows. They did the Shin-chan treatment to it, which honestly I can't stand that fucking show.
I loved Shin-chan. Shin-chan was fucking
not fun. For me, not my thing, not my cup of tea. Couldn't stand it. Fucking hated it.
Why?
Fucking stupid. It's not a huge vulgar person. That definitely did not work out for me what I wanted to watch.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty vulgar. I mean,
it's pretty vulgar, pretty crude, and it's just not my type of thing. Like,
you didn't think Shin playing with his penis and doing the little butt dance was funny?
No, I thought that was fucking stupid as hell.
I thought it was hilarious. Like, you know, I mean, it's a testament to how very different things for kids are in Japan than they are over here. Like,
they have a completely different culture when it comes to that.
Oh yeah,
like, you're not even considered like it's not even really considered like negative to be naked until you're like what, at least in your middle school age and all that. It's like it's not uncommon for you like all through like almost elementary school to be like showering with your neighbor's kids.
Yeah, it's kind of just like whatever. Like, and definitely in like children's shows. Like, I mean, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were children's shows, and Dragon Ball Z is really violent and has like a lot of blood and guts, but it is pretty much still a kids show. I mean, maybe young teens.
Yeah, I mean, you see, there's blood and there's like fighting, but there's not really any real like gore aspects to it. Like
What
it's
do you
very
mean? Like
surface.
they definitely blow holes in each other like a lot.
Yeah, but like there's not, you don't see like the guts spill out. It's you have a perfect hole. That's as much PC gore as you can get.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
I mean, like, oh, I have a hole that magically you don't see. Like, oh, my 40-foot of intestines is now spewing out of me because I have a hole in my stomach. I have a perfect hole in my body. Ah,
they're usually
I'll still talk for 4 episodes until I finally die.
it's not untrue. It's especially with Dragon Ball.
My dying scene will take half a season.
Oh god, it's so true. It's so fucking true. That's why, like, again, like I probably talked about this before, but it's like I finished Dragon Ball and it's like I kind of want to keep going. Do I really want to get into Z? And I watched like the first episode and it's like I don't want to do Z. Like
I am quite fine with sticking to the abridged version of Z.
Yeah.
It is far superior to the original show. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
No, I grew up with Z. I enjoyed Z. I didn't have a problem. I started watching Dragon Ball Z around the Frieza arc. Like, I knew it existed before that, and I'd seen bits of Raditz and Vegeta and all that. But I actually started, like, going to my friend's house and watching DBZ around the Frieza arc.
Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't a show that I didn't watch if I wasn't at my friend's house.
Yeah.
I did watch every episode of Robotech that was on TV. That was fucking amazing.
I haven't seen Robotech yet.
Go watch it. It's literally like the quintessential first mecha anime for me. It's great.
I at one point was gonna try to watch Macross, which is
Macross. It's very different. I feel that I have not actually seen Macross. Apparently, there's a lot of singing involved as far as like that's how you power your ship. Depending on which Macross it is.
Yeah, I think that's a very specific Macross. Like
I think Macross F or something like that. It's
either that or Plus. Like it's one of those. And I heard that I've definitely heard that, but I don't think that's not true for like the first series or anything.
No, it's probably not. It's, if I remember right, it was like Robotech the Macross Saga was what I watched, and it's pretty fucking legit. Who doesn't like F-16 fighter jets that can turn into fucking mechs?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like that is physically impossible, but I don't give a shit. I want one.
I definitely I would definitely like to watch that series or something.
It's on YouTube.
Is it?
Yep.
Macross or Robotech?
Robotech. Because a couple years ago I actually rewatched Robotech. On YouTube.
You know, I might as well just watch Robotech because, like,
I still love the fact that Robotech's 3 shows cobbled together.
That's the thing is that, like, the desire to be a weeb and watch the original like Japanese series is so strong in me that like, but on the other hand, it's like. But watching Robotech is probably like very like everyone else watched Robotech like and maybe I should just be a tool like everyone else and watch the shit we got over here. Like I definitely like I watched Space Battleship Yamato as opposed to Star Blazers.
I've been meaning to watch that.
It's really
remaking it. Or at least making a live action movie, I think of it. I sent you the link for it a while ago.
Yeah, they did make a live action movie. I was gonna watch that at some point. I really, really, really liked Space Battleship Yamato. I haven't finished it and I've been meaning to. You have to torrent it at this point. Like I don't.
It was actually at a con, like this year or last year.
There's a decent amount of it though. Like and. I don't even know if it's on DVD or not. Like,
some of this older shit's really fucking hard to find, and if you do find it, astronomically expensive.
Yeah,
like, I just borrowed my friend's version of Scried or Scried or whatever the hell it is. I looked for it online to buy it. I can only find it used, and it's $109.
Ooh.
Go fuck yourself.
You know, like Gunbuster, there's versions you can get it on Amazon for like 40 to 60 bucks, but like I think if you buy it like anywhere else, like the original OVA series, it's like upwards of $100.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, honestly, Amazon is a great place to find stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give Funimation a lot of fucking props for how they sell anime on their site, like through their save program and stuff like that. They actually make anime affordable to own as far as DVDs box sets go. Like, for the most part, you can get a full Blu-ray box set for $40.
Oh wow!
And you can't touch that in a lot of ways.
That's a lot. That's about what you pay for like a decently priced box set of like an American show. Like,
yeah, they try their best to, you know, make it affordable to own. Like, I went and I literally spent $300 at Katsucon and I bought a fuck ton of DVDs. Not DVDs, Blu-rays.
Was that last Katsucon?
Yeah, the one you missed out on. And
yeah,
I sent you that photo of all the shit that I bought. I bought like 3 seasons of Yu Yu, the entire Blu-ray box set of Cowboy Bebop, I bought all the OVAs for Arise. I bought certain Magical Index Season 1, and then a certain Scientific Railgun Season 1 and Season 2. Only reason I didn't buy Season 2 of a certain Magical Index is because at the time it was only available in a 2-part box set. Now it's a combined box set. So I thought order, so that I should be getting that sometime.
I was actually waiting for I was originally waiting for Standalone Complex to be like a combined Blu-ray box set.
I don't know when the fuck that's gonna come out, and if you can find it, it's fucking expensive.
Listen, don't bother, because what I have heard is that they basically the only way to get the dub and the sub on the same thing is to buy the DVDs, which is really stupid. Like, yeah. I think like if you're gonna release something in the United States, give us both. Like you know, that's the whole point of buying a DVD, is so that you have everything and you never have to worry about like watching the wrong thing, or it's like, you know, if you want to be like me and just watch Standalone Complex over and over and over again, it's like you can switch between the two and like compare and contrast and all the other stuff and la 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 la.
I mean, while I know Ghost of the Shell's dub is really good, that honestly that doesn't bother me much. I'd much rather have the sub for it. Their dub's good, but I much prefer the sub.
For Standalone Complex, I have to have the dub, like, because like I prefer watching Standalone Complex with the dub, just because like it's
honestly I have never heard the sub for Standalone Complex.
It's
I have the collector's metal container box set. I don't think I've watched it from the box set. I've watched it entirely on Toonami when it came out, and I bought the box set. So I think I bought the box set because I needed the last DVD in it, because I missed the episodes and they didn't re-air them. I bought an entire box set. One, because it was a fucking great show. Why would I not own the box set?
Yeah, of course.
That was back when I started collecting anime. I had like, when I was 18, I spent $2,000 on anime. A lot of it bootlegs. Now that I know better, back then didn't really know, because back then that was all I could get.
I have something that I want to show to the group or the people watching.
All one.
I still have this. Ta-da! Remember this?
Yep.
So this was how I watched Samurai Champloo. With the and you know, you can usually, because it's like,
wait, that's my box set.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. You didn't know that? I told you.
No, I forgot. I forgot about that. I'm like, I thought it was something else at first, like Samurai Champloo. I'm like, wait a minute, that's mine.
No, yeah, this is yours. And
for some reason, I immediately assumed that was the Ninja Scrolls TV box set, which I know it's not.
No, I do also have that. And I haven't watched it yet, but
Yeah, I guarantee you that is not an official release.
oh, it is absolutely not. And you can tell because like not only is it very obviously Hong Kong subs because they're sometimes they get like male and female kind of mixed up or something like that, and it's a little odd, but like I mean it's it's obvious. Like there's even something weird where like when you're watching it's almost got like this ghost image behind it of like somehow they've like you know gotten it they did something wrong with it. And you know what's really sad is that bootleg DVDs actually have really good packaging. Like,
Well, it's designed to fool you. It's designed to make you buy it.
and like like I like this packaging way more than I like the packaging for like the other one. Oh shit, yeah, it's out in the other room, and I don't feel like fucking getting it. But like, and I enjoyed the Hong Kong subs as well because like, there's just this certain like, there's this kind of they translate it in a weird way, and it's not like there's something really like crisp and clean and way too close to the dub about a lot of like Funimation dubs or subs or whatever. But like Hong Kong subs, like you feel like you're watching something kind of foreign, like because like there's weird like little like terms of speech and stuff that don't necessarily make sense into an English speaking audience, but like
Where
but
they
that's
will
kind of
try to
cool.
localize it for the professional sub, where they'll try and make it understandable for your common audience.
Which kind of takes away a little bit of the majesty about it because like there's something really interesting about like kind of like not all the way localized kind of content like anyway yeah, I mean you can have this back, it is yours, but like it's been
Eventually I'll get it back. You've also got, I think you still have my Ninja Scrolls, you still have Gundam Wing, you still have a couple things.
I think it's really just Ninja Scroll and Gundam Wing is what I have right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Iria.
Oh, you have
which
Iria? Cool. I actually do want to get that back because I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I haven't finished it. I watched a couple episodes of it, and it was interesting.
It's kind of a slow burn, if I remember correctly. I remember it a much more fast paced when I watched it back when I was younger. Again, Iria and Dominion Tank Police were available on Sci-Fi at Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So
you Sunday morning. Yeah.
They are definitely not exactly PG shows.
Were there tits in the area? I can't remember. Like,
I don't really remember it, but there was a lot more shooting and death in that one. Iria actually deals with those fucking alien things, and
Iria's interesting. I want to finish it first. And you still haven't watched Memories, have you?
Nope.
Yep. I definitely want that back. Like at some point,
you'll get that back.
Yeah. Eventually, a couple of years from now. Like
that'll be before then, especially if you're going to Otakon.
Dude, I've had this for like.
Yeah, that was.
I got this right before I went to college, and that's literally.
I had this back before that one box of mine went missing. I was super pissed about that.
I've had this fucking thing for 10 years, like. And
do you happen to have my Initial D box set by any chance?
I do not have your Initial D box set.
I thought I might have lent that to you or something.
No, you burned copies of the soundtrack.
I give you the soundtrack. That's right.
Yeah, the soundtrack, but you didn't give me the. I didn't. I couldn't really get into Initial D. I don't think I even tried, but like the Initial D just looked really weird, and like
it got better after the second and third season. Like the CGI got much better. around
Okay.
season 3.
I like the soundtrack a lot, actually.
Oh yeah, that nice like 80s 90s techno.
Yeah, it's very techno.
That used to be the fun. I used to play that in my fucking car all the fucking time.
I'm not even surprised. I think that's
I used to play
probably
the shit out of that back in the day.
yeah. Anyway, what else?
I mean, there's plenty of old school shows.
Well, what do you want to what are some shows that you want to watch? Like that's the problem with old shows, is that a lot of the times it's really hard to find them. Like
Yeah, that's the main problem. Like, I'm gonna watch Scryed because my buddy wants me to watch it. And that's an older show back in like 90s, stuff like that.
yeah. Dominion, by the way, Dominion and Pat Labor are both like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I think like 87 was for Dominion. I'm not sure. I looked it up at the wiki and I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I'll talk about this. And it's like, no, I don't remember the dates now.
Yeah, Pat Labor's 88, and most of it's like between 88 and about 1990 or maybe 1991 for like some of it.
Yeah.
But
did you know there is an RPG game based on Dominion Tank Police?
I did, actually. And I, from reading Wikipedia, like,
Yep.
And it's based on the Tristat system, which for RPG nerds out there means something. I've never played anything with the Tristat system.
No.
I want to. I would like to. I mean, I run an RPG, as it so happens, but it's over the internet, so all of the die roll are on my side. Yeah, and there's some video games for Pat Labor too. And Pat Labor's in it's in one of the Super Robot Wars.
That's cool.
It's in a couple. It's in like. I did a little bit of research on Super Robot Wars. Not a whole lot, but there are a lot. There's a lot of it. Like, and most of them aren't over here for licensing reasons, which is such a crying fucking shame. Like, because the
thing is, you got to find an audience, and you have to find the people who are willing to buy it, and then you have to pay for the license. So.
I don't think they would have any trouble like selling Super Robot Wars over here, because it's like, especially with some of them, it's like everything, like Gunbuster's in it, like Gurren Lagann's in it, like Pat Labor's in it. They have Evangelion is in it at one point. Like almost every single Gundam ever made eventually makes it into a Super Robot Wars. Like, well,
yeah, they're like the quintessential robot. They're one of the most popular robot franchises.
Yeah, but Macross is in it. What else is it? Getter Robo and Mazinger Z and there's a lot of robo shows that that's one thing that I would really like to watch, is a lot of the robot shows. I started watching Mazinger Edition Z, which is a modern, I think it was like either 2008 or something around that, but it's like it's a separate storyline of the Mazinger Z series, which I really, really like it. It's so far, like, it's very, very over the top. Like, it's like the first episode, it's like they purposefully just they knew that they were going to be like, okay, we're going to throw a bunch of stuff at you and you're going to have no idea what any of this is. And it's just going to keep getting more and more ridiculous until eventually you're just like at the end of it. And then it's like 15 years earlier, like, and it's like you're kind of then introduced to all these characters, and there's still a lot fucking going on, and it's like, and it's all old school looking, and I like that. Like, there's just something, there's a lot of charm to like older anime, like 70s and 80s anime has like this very specific, like, the styles are a good bit different, and I think they're a lot more charming, and I think they're a lot more like the animation is usually a lot better too, because it was back before computers. So like, everything is
all
hand
hand drawn, all very well done, and
and like
there's a certain flow about old anime where it works really, really well.
like it's like they actually try, like, and there's like to make like something that's good animation, and obviously they use like a lot of the same limited animation techniques that anime kind of like cut its teeth with, and really what really defines a lot of it. But like, but you can also tell like that they try to make something interesting and like give a lot of character to it. And I think the problem with a lot of modern anime is that there tends to be a lot of it tends to want to, like, especially some of the more dramatic series, it's like they just want to shoot like an American drama, and so it's just like these static people talking at each other, and like even in like Gunbuster, where it's like Gunbuster and Pat Labor both are series that have a very heavy slice of life element to them. Like, people are doing things while they're talking, like, and it's not just a shot of their head and they're flapping their jaws at you and nothing's going on in the background and no one else, and it's just, do you kind of get where I'm going with this? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, there's more going on in like the older stuff, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I keep forgetting, we mentioned this earlier, their wonderful naming mechanics for their machines.
Oh, right, yes. So
I can't remember in Pat Labor what they named their machine.
it's Alphonse.
That's right, Alphonse.
And it's
Bonaparte.
And that's right, because her name is kind of a play on Napoleon, like what Leona, yeah.
Leona Bonaparte.
Yeah. And that was
Al.
And yeah,
Al's the co-pilot. Yep.
Al's the co-pilot.
Got a very long name with multiple syllables, so
like, it's what's his face. I have it up here.
I do want to point out that you pretty much only ever learn 5 names in Dominion.
That's true. And Dominion, a lot of them are like, it's like church, or not
Chaplain.
Church. Chaplain. Yeah, or
it's Chaplain, Chief, Britain, Leona, Al, Baco, Unipuma, Anipuna, and that's it. That's all the names you really get. Oh, and Red Commando.
Yeah, no, and with Pat Labor, they're all full names, and
I want to know the Mohawk dude's name so bad.
What Mohawk guy dude?
From Dominion. He's got the purple Mohawk. He's got the fucked up nose.
I forgot.
He's like, I'm like, they need to tell me this dude's name, like, because he's the only other standout character where everyone else is generic tank cop number. Oh, and Specs.
Yeah, no, like that Pat Labor, like, everyone has a name, and there's,
it's like in Dominion, they're named after their function more than anything else. You're the uber religious type, so you're Chaplain. You're the smart nerdy dude, you're Specs. You're the chief, so you're Chief.
It's interesting. It's like they kind of do that a little bit in Ghost in the Shell, as well. Like, it's like there's Matoka Kusanagi, but most of the time she's called Major, and there's Bato, and we don't really know his last name.
Bato the Ranger.
There's Bato the Ranger, and then there's Saito, who is the sniper. Big surprise. Like,
Saito.
Yeah, and then
my standards.
And then there's Paz or Pazu, and there's and Chief Aramaki, but normally they just call him Chief, or Old Ape Face. And the only other character in Ghost in the Shell that has like a full name of the main cast is Togasa. Like,
remember, if you die, we can't repair you.
So here's an interesting thing that you may or may not know about Dominion. Dominion is set in the same universe as Ghost in the Shell.
Interesting.
It's the same city. It's Newport City, and
right.
And
I keep forgetting the name of Ghost in the Shell City.
You know, for a little bit, I thought it was Nagasaki.
I could have thought it was like Neo Tokyo or something like that.
I thought it was Neo Nagasaki, but it is in fact Newport City. And the same as in Dominion, and
they must have really cleaned up their air pollution then.
And actually, what is it? New Dominion has kind of like the. I read on Wikipedia that it debuts the Fuchikoma. Or at least a prototype of it.
New Dominion, first episode is a little spider tank.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a Fuchikoma. That is one thing that I forgot that we didn't really mention. Is I really like the tank and robot designs in Dominion. Like,
yep. Well, to be fair, they're all fairly generic, with the exception of Bonaparte and the Super Tank S.
Yeah, but like they're interesting. Like they have like the spherical ball
they use spherical wheels that apparently can be damaged by being shot.
Yeah, and also tear up the fucking road anyway.
That was just the big one because of the weight.
Yeah.
Because remember, his was made with all steel, not plastic like the other tanks.
I did not remember that. But
apparently the other tanks are made of plastic. Okay. That
would absolutely make sense though, because it's like it's futuristic and it's like alloy. Like, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what they're working on for tanks now. Is they want to make like a good plastic alloy that is lightweight and still durable.
Yeah, because through the first episode, Brattain makes many comments about his tank being steel, which is the foundation for Bonaparte, because they destroyed his tank in the first opening act. So they build Bonaparte out of his scrap. So it comes up multiple times that, this tank is made of steel, not, shitty plastic. So your high heat shells won't damage me. Or like, this little fire is not going to hurt me because it's made of steel versus plastic.
Yeah. And that's in Pat Labor, it's like, it's special vehicles unit 2 section 2, and they're the ones that we follow for most of it. And interestingly enough, they're the ones who have the most modern version of the patrol labors. Like all the other unit 1 has like the old models, and I can't remember exactly why it is that I believe
unit 2 is newly formed. So they formed with new gear, whereas Unit 1 trained with the old, so they're used to the old.
Yeah.
So they just bring in a new group with the new gear.
Yeah, that sounds
versus having to retrain Unit 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Apparently there's other tank units in Dominion Tank Police, but we only follow this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's right. She's from the bike unit.
Yeah, she's in the motorcycle police unit, which you find out in like episode 2 of New Dominion, where her partner dies.
Yeah.
She quits the force to go on a rampage mission and immediately is returned back to service afterwards.
Yep.
I still think it's amazing how fast she assimilated into that culture of we can just do whatever we want. Like in the second arc of the first OVA series for Dominion, it's like, who stole my armor-piercing rounds?
Yeah.
And you see her shoving a box in her tank. It's like, shut up, Al.
That's just you're fucking That's the thing. It's almost like it's almost like scary just how much of just like a pack of wolves like the tank police are. Like they're just
it's great, especially when there's a clown horn in the sirens when they start up. They are a roving pack of marauding raiders. That's all they are.
And
stop a crime, maybe.
And it's really funny. It's like it's making fun of the police. Like
there's definitely a tone of that.
Labor is absolutely like the police are human beings. Like that's almost the whole point of the show is like police officers are human beings with human struggles and they're interesting characters, but they also solve crimes and sometimes end up doing a lot more damage than they probably should. But they're human beings, and yeah, again, Dominion is just like cops are assholes. Cops are assholes
like,
with no.
I feel like getting out of my tanks. I'm gonna chase you down this stairway into a building in my tank.
Yeah, it's so true. It's like join the cops because you're in the biggest gang with the baddest stuff.
That's basically it. Like
yeah.
At the end of the second arc of the first OVA, it's like, wait a minute, we're outside the police department. Yeah, when the tank police are out, this is the safest fucking place in the city. Like that's the rendezvous point for the criminals. It's like, yeah, we're outside of headquarters. What the fuck? It's like, yeah, when you guys are out, this is a safe city. It's back at base.
Fucking great. I need to watch that again. I think I'll just watch the first one again.
The first one is honestly the best one
yeah.
because it's got that fun, lighthearted energy of like this is just we're here for fun. The second New Dominion is definitely where they tried to be a little more serious and a little more like Crime Stoppy type stuff.
I don't know that it
really didn't suffer from it. It's just it definitely did not have the same energy. So if you go like what I did recently when I rewatched them to talk about it, is when you go from Dominion and go right to New Dominion, there's gonna be a culture shock.
Yeah, it's just I absolutely. So I think we've been going for about an hour and a half or so. Unfortunately, I do have to go and get other stuff done for this weekend. But yeah, like we hopefully our next episode might be another mini episode. But it also might be
a full cast. But we'll have to wait and see for that.
We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, if you're actually watching. And if you're not, you should be. And, oh, by the way, Coca-Cola.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Walmart. Sponsor us so that we can use all of your sponsorship money for things we shouldn't.
More anime.
Yay!
All right, guys. You guys enjoy yourself, and we will catch you next time.
Hooray!